What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, Jasmy just made an absolutely amazing move, one that we talked about in just the last video, and so because of that, I want to give you an update on what I'm expecting next. So with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. So looking at Jasmy here, what we can see is that its price has made a fantastic move out of this bullish pennant. Now, in the last video, you all know that we were talking about the fact that we saw this beautiful buy signal going off for Jasmy. You can go look at the title in the last video, major buy signal going off, because we said, look, when this HG Algo DCA plus feature goes off, this is when I buy cryptos the most. My company designed HG Algo. I know it works. And so I told you all in the last video, this was a beautiful time to be buying in and looking to get into some Jasmy. And since of course this DCA plus feature did go off, or the DCA in feature went off, we're currently up 17%, at one point being up 35%. So first and foremost, congratulations to you if you got in right here, or if you got in at these DCA plus features back here, seeing gains of 50 to 30%. Congrats. Again, you can use HG Algo with the link down in the description below. Today's the last day to get 20% off. But again, it's been absolutely insane. Major congratulations. But of course, that's all hindsight. Well, what can we expect now? Well, what we can expect now is for Jasmy to make an attempt to do something extremely important. Let me explain what that may be. So what we can see here, as I mentioned before, is that Jasmy is now in a bullish pennant. Okay, now not only was it in a bullish pennant, it got a fake out to the downside of said bullish pennant. And when you get the fake out to the downside of a bullish pennant and are able to re-enter into the bullish pennant, the likelihood of a breakout to the upside goes up substantially, much higher than you would have originally expected. And so because of that, at this given point, it is no shock that we saw Jasmy get this beautiful move to the upside, especially seeing little things forming, like a little double bottom here. You could even call this a cup and handle pattern if you want to. All of these little bullish formations, happening at once, telling us, of course, okay, that Jasmy could get this break to the upside. But the important thing that's going to happen now for Jasmy is the back test of the support level. You see, because Jasmy had this huge level of resistance right here, this descending level of resistance. It also, on the daily time frames, if we look at the daily time frames, had this huge point of closing resistance. You can see here, we closed consistently under this level of resistance right around 16.3, or right under 16.5 cents. And right now, what you can see is that Jasmy's price is now coming back to back test that previous level of resistance. Not only is it now back testing that descending point of what was resistance, now trying to establish it as support, it's also back testing this sideways closing support. And this little range right here, roughly between, let's go ahead and call it 17 cents down to 16.3, okay, a little under 16.5 cents. This is going to be an important zone. If Jasmy's price is capable of holding this as support and looking for a continuation to the upside, then being able to come back up and clearing 18.5 cents to the upside, I genuinely believe Jasmy can make a run to upwards of 24 to 25 cents. But if we do see Jasmy's price fail to establish some support here, if we see it lose support here, we could continue back down to 15 cents. And so you may say, okay, well, Tyler, first of all, why 24 to 25 cents? Let me explain that. So in my opinion, 24 to 25 cents is the kind of golden little level, just quite simply based off of Jasmy's Fibonacci's. From a swing low to swing high perspective, you can see that if it's capable of making this back test successful, it could get a move up to its 1.618 level, which is currently around 24 cents, or its 1.272 level to around 20 cents. So if you want to be conservative, we could even say that a move to, say, 22 cents would be in the books for Jasmy if its price is capable of breaking back above 18.5 cents again. That's my price target to the upside. The second thing you may ask is, well, knowing that it could go up, technically, it could hold support and go up, or it could lose support and go down. We're saying it could go up or go down, right? What should we be doing right now? Well, I can't tell you what you should do, but let me tell you what I'm doing. Personally speaking, I do like buying cryptos when they backtest. That's just what I like, especially in bullish phases. Now, there is no guarantee that this backtest is going to hold. There is a chance that we see this backtest fail. So the question then becomes, well, how do you go about that? So this is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be buying some Jasmy right here, like literally right where we are. And by buying some, I mean I'm going to be getting a good little bag. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to set a stop loss on Jasmy right around 15.8 or 15.75, right in here. And what that tells me is that I believe Jasmy can easily backtest and continue back upwards. And if it does, I'll make big gains, nice gains on that buy-in. But say, for example, if its price does fail to hold some support here and continue downwards, I think that puts us in more of a macro pullback or macro consolidation, where I'd rather go put my money in other pumping places, right? And so because of that, I would have my stop loss set right around 15.75 in order to close that position at a very small, tiny little loss, in which I can go recover it in another place that's not going into some type of little sideways level of consolidation, if that makes sense. It's the easiest way to play these back tests, because if you lose, you're barely losing anything, but if you win and this back test is successful, it could be, 100+% gains to the upside following that, right? And so that's the way that I'm going to go about this. If you do want to keep updated on how that trade does go, I do have a Patreon down below that I post my little buys, portfolio buys, dollar cost averages, trades and stuff. And you can check that out if you want to, but at the end of the day, I'm going to make a video about it one way or another. And so with that in mind, that's kind of the way that I'm looking at Jasmy right now. It just broke this bullish pennant. It's looking to back test it. I'm going to buy on this back test, set a stop loss around 15.75 just in case I'm wrong and this back test doesn't hold. And I'm going to be looking for this thing to make a beautiful move to the upside. If Jasmy is capable of breaking 18.6 or 18.5 cents roughly, I do think that 24 cents to 22 cents is in the cards. And I would be expecting a nice little move to the upside, which means from here on the purchase I'm about to make could be a nice little 30% to 40% move to the upside. So of course I will continue to update you as this does play out. Guys, don't forget, we just had a beautiful 30 to 50% run quite simply off of one indicator that my company designed. So make sure that you go to the description below. Today's the last day that you can get 20% off for life. So make sure that you go check that out. And the proof is in the pudding here. I mean, the moves off of this have been absolutely insane. So with that in mind, I wanted to bring you all another Jasmy update. Of course, I hope you have been enjoying them. I sure as hell have been having fun making them. And hopefully we do continue to play our cards correctly. If you do enjoy them, of course, you can let me know by liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I will see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.